I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the wall? It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say, blossom. Good work. Shall we move on?
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow... You can change the color. Let's get started, shall we? Just
Revelio.
aim your wand at any... and perform an altering spell to customize it.
Revelio.
Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's top.
Confringo!
Try this new
Expelliarmus!
design.
Incendio!
A little more balcony. Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke, would you mind?
Deke thinks you'll enjoy it. Come and talk to Deke when you're ready. Deke cannot believe how many beasts you have here.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about...
Of course. What sort of...
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can... Now you have learnt a good bit about...
Thank you, Professor. The room?
Indeed. An even big...
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your... If you'd like to customize...
Thank you.
Good. I'll leave you to it.
Revelio!
Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed. Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
I'd like to ask you about...
Of course.
Actually, perhaps... Revelio.
Oi, can you help me?
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio!
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. I received a flurry of messages from Professor Black's house elf, Scrope.
Scrope sent you messages?
Yes, I thought it was odd too. He asked me to meet him and then told me to take the toast.
Why would you want to take toast?
To a cave under the lake. That's where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book. The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh,
Revelio.
To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising. A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the Portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted set...
They were an important... The trials were designed to ensure that the power... They will test your abilities both, but of equal importance, everything you witness. You will need patience.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces. Traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news, indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only...
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon...
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
It's time you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks.
Revelio.
Come and see me.
The Ministry ought to relax their feelings towards the dark arts.
Still baffling to me that's over here.
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest... It's the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival.
Wouldn't mind a plum job at Gringotts.
Quickly now. Revelio. Stay hidden and cast Petrificus Totalis. I suppose we could charge right into their midst.
Revelio. Expelliarmus.
I won't rest.
Incendio.
Is that the best you can do?
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
These orders indicate that they're after something to do with names. What names? And why here?
Will draw blood. I'll bury you in the deepest
You can't stop it. Victory is ours.
I will draw blood. Stupid to come here.
Expelliarmus. Incendio.
Let's get it. Rather unwise coming back this way.
Incendio.
Many goblins have always been antagonistic towards wizard kind, but this is different somehow. Looks like we found the entrance.
Confringo. It's locked. An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Someone was an avid reader. Can't say I'm familiar with many of these titles. Confringo!
I imagine these brooms have been enchanted for centuries. Never seen an enchantment last this long.
Welcome to San Bakar's tower.
Hello, Professor.
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct, though
We did not.
that...
We're going to need to understand...
Yeah. A reservoir of ancient magic. Downstairs, near the entry. This looks intriguing. Revelio. I've seen this before, in Gringotts and the restricted section. Revelio. That must have done something. Best have a look around. Traces of ancient magic. Something must be different. These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time. Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Rodrigo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Incendio! These look familiar. Accio! Was it Accio I used before? Accio! That platform looks like it ought to get me where I need to go. Accio! I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. Protego! Accio! What did that burst of magic do? Perhaps I should examine it from both sides of the archway. The room changes when I'm out of the archway. Accio! More statues. Accio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Accio! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Not making this easy on me. Accio! Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides. Accio! What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different. Accio! I need to see how the room changes when I move in and out of the archway. Accio! I'll never get used to these floors. Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Accio! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Incendio! Confringo! Protego! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Accio! 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 Confringo! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Revelio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Protego! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Levioso! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo! What a relief. another pensive.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable. What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here. More crystallized stone. That must be the way back to the map chamber. I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone
I have, Professor Rookwood. You look familiar, sir.
I imagine you saw me in the first pensive you accessed. in Gringotts. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of San Bakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance. For now, tell me what you saw.
Before the witch from the last pensive, is it... My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go...
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Incendio!